Hey guys, welcome back. So this is going to be my second part with no audio. Well, you guys are hearing audio now, but when I recorded it, it actually got screwed up, and the audio, my mic basically wasn't on. I didn't even realize you could turn it off through on the cord. There's like this little thing that you can flip the mic on and off, so it was actually off. Yeah, and I didn't realize it, so I got to go through and put audio for 4 videos. So that's not fun. But whatever. One second. Let me try to. All right. Trying to actually get this thing big enough for me to actually see what's going on. So right now I am selling my vote from for what's this guy's name for to Arabia. Basically, if they have an embassy in our capital, we're able to sell the votes. So if you ever want to try to get people to actually vote some way and give them money, you need to put an embassy in another civilization's capital. When you do that, you'll be able to offer like certain gold per turn for them to vote a certain way. I don't really know how effective it is. I don't think I've ever actually done that. Um, but I've noticed it before when I'm going for like a diplomatic victory or something, and I do have embassies in these other capitals. It could be kind of valuable. Otherwise, I would suggest keeping the spies in civilizations of steel technology, and when that starts taking too long, put them in city states. They can be pretty helpful. Okay, research agreement with William. This is actually a good game in the sense that I have a lot of friends. A lot of good research agreements are being made. Not everybody hates me after I took a civilization out like they do in my Songhai one. And hopefully by going after France first, I'm getting rid of the biggest threat. But okay, this is the exciting part. We're obviously trying to siege Orleans. Our range units are starting to get upgraded pretty well. They have some pretty good promotions. So they're close to logistics, or they already have logistics, and my crossbows have logistics and range. So they're doing a lot of damage, and I think we can already take the city here. I'm a little afraid of the musketeer taking it back right away, because I screwed up earlier and had a city flip. And here I'm doing that same trick of my weakest unit taking the city, because even if it just has 1 hit point or no health left at all, if the city has no health either, the unit always wins and takes the city and it won't die. So I did that. And now I'm trying to think of what I want to do with this musketeer probably. I think peace is probably the best best move. Just make peace. But we can go ahead and get some experience, I guess. That is the main key. For honor, you want to be getting you get experience really quickly, and each unit you kill gives you extra gold. So if you want your economy to be doing really well, especially pairing it honor and commerce, you want to be pretty much at war most of the game. Um, Here we're actually going to make peace, it looks like, and I'm trying to see if he's going to pay me something. I don't remember. Oh yeah, he's offering a city. Um, and I'm trying to find out what city that is. So it's that city next. Where? Which city is it actually? Oh, it's the one next to the mountain, right? And I'm thinking I'm gonna take the city and then immediately sell it. And I'm trying to think of who I want to sell it to. Basically, I want France to be as crippled as possible because I don't want him going to war with me again later. And if he has even anything resembling an army, he will probably declare on me unless we can keep him busy with other civilizations. A lot of people do hate him at this point, so that is good. So I think I decide to actually take the city here. This is how slow I must be thinking. I'm just staring at the screen. Okay. I think it's slowly clicking in my head, and yeah, I take the city. So there's nothing good in the city, I don't think. So we right away, it doesn't matter what we do. And now I go to one of my friends with lots of gold, and I say, hey, I have this lovely city for you to take. It's in the middle of France's remaining empire, but give me some gold and you can have it. But it actually didn't go for much, so it wasn't a great city. So Napoleon wasn't really offering too much to end the war, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, he won't even do 150 or whatever that is. I guess this is how long it takes me to do math in my head. This is a little embarrassing. William's getting impatient too. He's like, I have this book to read. Can you just get out of here? I want to read this book. Does Voldemort win? Okay, I think we're done. Okay, so Napoleon is a little bit more crippled. I actually don't remember what happens to that city. I'm two parts ahead in my live, well, not live streaming, but my normal streaming. This was the delay because of I had done two parts without audio and then another two parts without audio before I realized it. So I'm actually four ahead. This was number two, so I have two more videos I've already filmed, and I need to put audio in, and it actually is a real pain in the ass to do that. So, but I can't release it without any sound. That'd be a disaster, and it'd be really uninteresting. Not that I'm really entertaining, but that would really be doing some injustice. It doesn't. It's not hard for me to record audio over, but the time to do it, like the processing to go into Windows Live Movie Maker, which is what I'm using, and then when it saves the movie that you create at the end, it takes like an hour, and I don't understand why that happens. Because Bandicam, however it's pronounced, saves it like the second you're done recording. It's already saved somewhere, and you can upload that to YouTube directly. So it's a little odd. Okay, so what's going on here? I still don't have culture, right? And I can't do the heroic epic because I need another barrack somewhere. And I think that city that I'm raising counts as an annex city. I don't think I need all my puppets to have the stuff in the city, do I? Oh, so I got a Himeji Castle. I think it makes your units in friendly territory fight better. Pyramids obviously has stuff for workers to improve quicker. You get two free workers when you build it, but obviously not when you take it. So I'm getting like half the wonder. And Machu Picchu is really what we wanted. That one is really going to increase our gold once we get these city connections set up. So it's not going to be long before my economy really takes off and you really get to see the power of honor commerce. Um, Part of me wonders if it would be better to delay most of the war until a little bit later in the game, and that way we'll have like kind of tech parity and then go to war. So I may play around with trying to redo this a little bit differently. I tried to go real early, right, with the MP, and the MP were kind of disappointing. I mean, they're cool and they're pretty strong when they're if it's like melee versus melee units, then MP are gonna win. But when you're still trying to take a city and you have lots of other units to kill, you do need to rely on range units quite a bit. So in terms of how good are they compared to Keshik or Horse Archers or Chukunu, I don't even think they're comparable. I think the other ones just blow it away. So some of the promotions are cool that the Iconda give it, but overall I was a little disappointed in the MP. I just figured they were really overpowerful, and I've been waiting to use them for probably since the beginning of Civ. I don't think I've ever played as Shaka, and I came away pretty disappointed. It is cool their number of movement. The other good thing about them is that they upgrade to riflemen. So what I should have been doing was have a bunch of MP to upgrade to rifles, like seven or eight of them, and then we would have some really good riflemen that can move really far. They can get all these flanking bonuses and those buffalo chest promotions that the MP get. If you build the rifleman directly, the Akonda doesn't give those promotions anymore. It's only pre-gunpowder, and I didn't realize that most of the game. So I was actually kind of throwing away my MP thinking I could just make new ones. So I did screw that up a bit. I don't think I have any really super promoted MP anywhere. So that's a problem. And what am I doing with her? Am I just flirting with her? Why are we just going back and forth? I guess I'm selling. Oh, I'm selling my stuff for, yeah, one unit for 2 gold per turn. So I'm trying to get my economy back up. And this is the best way to do it because this is the most that you get for each one. I do realize that this takes a while, and I might actually stop doing it, even if it hurts me a little bit, just to make it a little bit less boring. Because this is pretty boring, right? Let's see how long this takes as the countdown continues. No, I'm not done yet, but at least my taste improved. I'm going for Catherine, not Maria Teresa. The name alone, it's not good. Yeah, so 174 and 2. So the way it works when you're selling luxuries, you get 240 flat for a luxury resource. If they don't have 240, and you need to do 1 gold per turn, then they'll give you 207 flat and 1 gold per turn. So you lose 33 for that gold per turn. If you do 2 gold per turn, it won't be 207, it'll be 174, so another 33 down. So keep that in mind when you're trying to get the best deal if it's a mixture of gold per turn and gold. You can actually just draw it a chart like 240, 207, 174, 141, 108, and 1 goal per turn, 2 goal per turn, 3 goal per turn, um, for the respectable one. And yeah, basically I'm just making a bunch of trades. I've also thought of trying to maybe do all this crap in the downtime between videos. Right now I record everything I do. I never really micromanage cities or anything like that off screen, but maybe it could speed things up a bit. I mean, I'm really shitting on my videos here. I don't think they're that bad, but there's room for improvement maybe. Um, but I think as I get used to it, I'll start going a little bit quicker. This is actually a game where I really did have to focus a lot because I'm not too familiar with honor, commerce, domination style. The other games I could definitely speed up things up and not lose a lot. Okay, so I have the Writers Guild and I need to actually work it. I think at this point we're realizing that our cultures is dreadful. It's going to take like 50 turns for a policy or something if we don't do something. Typically, I would have liked to have taken somebody with a lot of wonders first, so we can get a lot of early culture, but it's just not possible with Napoleon and Assyria right next to me. Um, if you're going domination, I honestly don't think it's really that important the civilization that you choose. If it's Keshiks or something like that, then yeah, it might make a little bit of a difference or a lot of a difference. But it's really the terrain and your neighbors I think that makes the most important thing. And honestly, I think it's the terrain more than anything. If you have a rough terrain, that's just going to be really difficult to take cities. It's such a huge setback. I mean, you can build good units with anybody. It's really not that complicated. You want to get a lot of range units, and there's lots of units that you can do it with chariot archers, or you can wait later with composite bows, or crossbowmen. Once you get a lot of range units, it's not hard to take cities unless there's lots of like jungle and shit like this. Like what I dealt with France. I think we started this war like 70 turns ago, and we're still only now finished it. So that was real slow. And he was really powerful too. I mean, he was going to be a huge threat in this game. If I didn't go after him, I'm pretty sure he would have backstabbed me at some point and brought across a huge amount of units. So we had to do what we had to do. I'm actually removing the roads up there because I'm not using them. I'm not connected to Netherlands City. I don't get a city connection for that. So I get more gold per turn if I remove them. Yeah, so my empire's looking kind of good. It's straight up and down. It's weird. I like cut the continent in half. So I have one entire side of the continent. I guess I can pay a toll if anybody wants to go through. Well, I guess that's the point of open borders, I guess, but I should get extra gold or something for my open borders. And yeah, that wheat that I should have been working like 70 turns ago is now the border will expand there because I chopped that forest. So I'm gonna buy it, and I think it's gonna expand in like 3 turns. So yeah, I'm getting ready to do that. And influential culture, that's Arabia, and they're influential. I'm pretty sure it's over me because my culture is just terrible, and Arabia is doing quite well. But luckily, I think Catherine is the other threat. So let's see, Arabia, yeah, Austria has a lot of culture, and Catherine has a lot of culture. So their chances of a culture victory are not that good. I'm not worried about that this game. I'm more worried about a science victory. This guy is like 15 technologies ahead at this point. So Arabia is a huge threat. Okay, he's denouncing me. I don't think anybody cares. He's kind of a dick, and everybody hates him at this point in the game. So if he denounces me, it's not a big deal. When I go to war with somebody like Arabia or Austria or maybe Catherine, where they have friends, then the denouncements, they may all chain denounce me, and then it can get real ugly. And right there, Assyria just went to war with Napoleon. So that's good. Hopefully they take out Napoleon, or they just beat each other up enough. But at this point in the game, what I'm thinking is I want to go over and with this army that's maybe not super promoted yet or super advanced, I want to still get another capital. And it's going to be tough to do this one. As you can see, they have some really good cities there, and Mecca's pretty well defended. But Assyria, I should have a little bit of an easier time. Their capital's pretty exposed. There is that French city, or the ex-French city that's in between them, but it shouldn't be too difficult. And I think someone asked me to go to war with Assyria in 10 turns, and I accept. I'm pretty sure Catherine does, and I think Maria Theresa does. I don't know if that already happened or if it's about to happen. I'm recording from the future, if you didn't realize, so I had to go back and add the sound effects, aka my voice, to this. Yeah, so this is Leon, it's burning, nobody cares what it's building. And I don't know why it doesn't let me sell some of these things. Like, it wouldn't let me click to sell these things. I don't know what the rule is. It only let me sell certain buildings. Maybe you can't sell a caravansary if a caravan is out on a route or something? No, that's kind of stupid. Yeah, so that's what Assyria looks like. It shouldn't be too difficult to get over there. They are going to war with France, so hopefully that goes to hell. I want both of them to lose. Yeah, just look at that terrain. It was really difficult. I'm surprised I actually beat out Napoleon. I thought for a second it was going to be a real short series. If you guys don't know by now, I always post pretty much what happens right up. So if I lose in the first 20 turns, I'll post it and it'll just be a big embarrassment. But luckily, that hasn't happened. I haven't had something real bad like a samurai rush on turn 20 or anything like that. Not turn 20, but maybe like turn 50. But it came kind of close this game. I think France was coming at my borders, and I was able to send them off somewhere else. I could bribe them away. And then later, he declared war, and we decided just to put him in his place. Yeah, so the university slots are done. We work them now because we really need science. Our science is pathetic this game. And it's okay, we are going to fall behind going on our commerce, but we should be able to make up for it with our army. But the problem we have is that Assyria, or not Assyria, Arabia is actually going pretty hardcore into science. They seem to be beelining the right techs, and when an AI actually does that, it can be really difficult. So at some point, we're going to have to take care of Haroun. That time, though, is still undecided. So Maria Theresa built the Red Fort. Good for her. And we have a lot of logistics guys. So right now I'm looking over there at that city. I think the problem here is we don't have a lot of melee units. We have a couple cannons, some crossbows. That's pretty decent range support. About what we would need, but we do need to actually protect them. So we need to do something about that. And that city state has a lot of units. So at some point, we may actually want to get side on our side ourselves, especially if we go to war with Arabia. I think it would be a nice distraction. And I don't want to have to fight all those units off while I'm fighting Arabia. That could be a real pain. So I still have Artist Guild, East India Company. I haven't built either of those. I think we're pretty much waiting for factories though. So for the time being, we need to get some cannons to help with our war against Assyria. I think I pretty much decided they're my next target at this point in the game. So we need to get that support set up. Yeah, it is. It's gonna be another tough one, but he's a little bit more exposed at least than Napoleon was. So that's makes things a lot better. And I think we just saw how much technologies he has. I'm pretty sure it's like plus 13 or plus 15 at this point. It seems he actually beelined scientific theory before getting the military techs. Possibly, I don't think plastics because we don't see any infantry or anything like that. But look at his units are still long swordsmen, stuff like that. So he went for the empire building technologies first. And that's his capital. It's on a hill. Vienna's over there. That one's pretty strong. I think I'm looking at the strength of the cities, and I realize Assyria is a little weaker than all the other ones, so he seems to be falling behind a bit in technology, especially since he's on a hill. His capital should have been much stronger. Earlier in the game, it was the strongest one. Catherine got Porcelain Tower. That is significant. That's always a great wonder. So research agreements with her, she's going to get a lot more science. Lots of red diplos with France. He doesn't seem to like me very much. Okay, so we're at fertilizer already. Um, it's interesting that I went to fertilizer before I went to metallurgy. And I realize now I want to get industrialization to try to get the factories up and to get the autocracy tenants. Um, I was beelining artillery instead, but our culture is so bad and we have so little stuff, we want to get as many free policies as we can. And we can sell some more horses to William. He seems a little bit happier to see us this time. He's not banging his book. Oh, he's banging the book. Okay. So he really doesn't like us taking his time. Poor guy. How does he? He doesn't have much of a reaction, does he? He's pretty cool with anything. And we've been good buddies all friends long, or all game long. We've been friends all game long. That's what I was trying to say. Um, if only he had a spy in my apartment that could tell him that I'm plotting against him, he would be heartbroken. So we gotta move this stuff up. Those Impy are still alive. I'm disappointed in the Impy overall. I have to say I am. I think the barracks are cool. The Conda is better than the Impy are. The Conda gives those cool buffalo chest promotions. That's what makes the Impy so good. I mean, the only thing the Impy really does different is they have the spear throw, which is a ranged attack before their actual attack. Otherwise, you can pretty much replicate them with a lance knight. They're pretty much the same unit. So that is maybe there's one other thing too that they do better. But they lance knight will move the 3 tiles still. And what I saw in Civ Fanatics is if you get a lance knight and give it its buffalo chest promotions and then upgrade it to a lancer, it still retains those promotions, so you actually get even more movement out of them, and they don't waste turns when they're pillaging, so you can actually pillage 5 times with one lancer. So when I do go to war with Arabia or Syria, I could literally just run a lancer through their territory and just burn the whole damn thing to the ground. So it'll be probably be worth doing that, even if I kind of throw away and kill off some lancers. But as of now, we don't even have metallurgy, so we can't even do that. And I'm still on banking. What am I actually doing right now? I think I'm just looking at my cities, wasting time, talking to William. He seems to be my best friend here. Yeah, I'm really interested in William. I don't know why. What is this infatuation I have with him? Okay, take the last horse. Good. So I think I'm selling most of my stuff. Oh, and I realized that I'm unhappy and I could just buy luxuries. So let's do that. It'll be important. We still, man, we only have one policy in commerce. That is pretty bad. The other one will let us buy stuff cheaper. The one right after Lance next. And the finisher is great because each luxury gives us like extra happiness. So when you have a big wide empire with a lot of luxuries, it's going to make a huge, huge impact on the happiness. But we have to get there, and our culture right now is dreadful. It's definitely one of the things that is a huge setback. Science and culture were both dreadful this game. Um, I really wish I'm gonna experiment playing a little bit of a later domination focus thing. Like even crossbows, maybe just one, take out one neighbor, and then settle in. But I don't know. I feel like if I wait that long, then maybe I should go tradition and not honor. But I could do like tradition commerce, right? Or maybe the Liberty Warmonger strategy. That one fits in really well because Liberty is still a good early policy as opposed to Honor, which isn't a great early policy. It doesn't give any growth or anything like that. The only real cool thing about Honor is, and there's really just one thing, is the gold for killing units. That's absolutely awesome. That makes a huge difference in the economy. The other ones are alright, like more great generals, sure, but it's not game changing. The garrisons giving happiness, that's pretty much the same as you getting happiness in Liberty for each city connected to the capital, except you actually have to keep a unit there, so that's a little annoying actually. You get some culture from it, but tradition gets culture for each city too. Or sorry, Liberty does. Um, so overall, not great. And I think I'm wondering what I want to do here with my great scientist, because I can actually use him to get a little closer to industrialization. We want to get those factories up as soon as possible. And a little micro on those tiles. We got that deer hooked up, so probably want to work that more than some of these other things. My cities really did not grow well. Probably up and down due to the happiness, things like that. This is only a size 11. That's pretty bad for turn, like almost 200. Assyria, sure. You can go ahead and pay me. He seems like he's sending a trade route over here. Or it's going to France, I can't really tell yet. Okay, our spy is back. Oh, and basically the best place to put a spy is if there's a really large city that's not the capital of another civilization. They likely don't have their own counter spy in there. But I think actually in this game, I did that to Arabia, and they did have a counter spy, so it got killed. That's why I'm getting a new one right now. Or maybe that happens in a little bit, actually, I'm not sure. That might be coming up. My sense of time got all messed up because I'm 4 videos ahead and I have to go back and add comments. Yeah, so I got a great writer. I could pop it, but I think the great work will be a little better over the course of the game. And I'm not in a super hurry to get that next policy. It's not like rationalism where you really want those first two policies. Oh, I see archaeologists, so they definitely got to archaeology. Arabia did. And I'm not even close, right? I'm nowhere near there. Okay, Napoleon and Assyria just made peace, which means we probably, before his army gets back, we probably want to declare war. And there's my spy getting killed. That's what I was talking about. So, yeah. We got some more cannons. That's good. And get some muskets. Yeah, the problem with the muskets is they don't get the Akanda promotions, and I don't realize it until later. So maybe it would be better to keep getting Impy. They're not much worse than the muskets, though they don't take damage as well, which is kind of what I want to use my melee units for. But they can actually keep their promotions when they go to rifles. Muskets never get those awesome promotions. And Arabia built Big Ben, which is a wonder I want. So he's really looking like he has all the stuff. Okay, so that's an amazing policy that I just got. Everything's cheaper to buy, and I'm going to be doing a lot of purchasing, especially in this crappy empire. And my capital really never grew, huh? It's probably because I'm working all these specialists. Maybe I should have dropped those education ones. So, almost have an army ready. Not quite. And this Impy was still where the city used to be, the rubble. And I'm flirting with Maria Teresa again. Okay. Research agreement. And she doesn't want to be my friend. Why not? What did I ever do to her? Okay, so we have 3 MP over here, 4 really good crossbows, 3 cannons. It's a little on the weak side still. We probably want some more muskets to defend, and probably more cannons too. Yeah, I think I'm looking at how many technologies they had. I missed what it actually said, but I'm pretty sure he had like 49 right now, and I have 34 or something like that. and everyone else has like 41. So I'm definitely behind everybody, but I'm really behind Haroon. He's really going to be a problem in this game. And it could be debatable whether I should go after him right now or go after Assyria first. I think I missed it, but Catherine asked to go to war in 10 turns, and I actually, at this point, had already accepted that. So I'm basically waiting to go to war with Assyria. So they are for sure my next target. And we have that wheat finished finally, or we're finishing it. Yeah, building a farm. She's bringing some units over. She had built a little troll city to the southwest of where we are right now. You can see it on the map, and that's where she's moving some of her units, and it's a little bit of a pain. If I go to war with her later, she's gonna be right next to my capital. But I can burn that city, I guess. Okay, Catherine's plotting against Theodora, that's fine. And yeah, at this point, Haroon has muskets and cannons. So he's as strong as I am in the military tech, and he has 15 other technologies at the top part of the tree. So that's pretty good. It's going to be pretty tough. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with this worker, and I think it's actually close to running out of time. So thanks, guys. I hope the audio isn't too terrible listening to me ramble on rather than actually playing the game. But we only have two more of these, and then the real videos start again. Alright, guys. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed it.